The best mothers according to their zodiac sign. Who is she? The woman whose touch heals pain, whose words calm the storm, and whose heart can warm even the coldest night. Not every mother is gifted with such a gift, but there are zodiac signs under which the truly best mothers are born, those who carry within themselves the ancient power of protection, patience, and unconditional love. Their motherhood is not just care. It is a special mission, to raise a soul, to preserve the world around the child, even when the world is falling apart. They feel everything with their hearts, hear even without words, and intuitively know when a child just needs a hug and when they need to be given the strength to stand on their own. Today, I will reveal which women, according to their zodiac sign, carry within themselves this divine archetype of mother, the one who does not break, but creates. Stay until the end. Perhaps your sign holds the secret to perfect motherhood. Subscribe to the channel if you believe that maternal love is not a coincidence, but part of a great cosmic plan. And write in the comments which sign, in your opinion, is capable of loving the most. The answer may surprise you. The first sign of Pisces. In a world where motherhood is often measured by rules and other people's advice, the Pisces woman follows her own path, subtle, invisible, but unbreakable. She does not dictate, but feels. She does not instruct, but envelops with care that is impossible to break away from. Her motherhood is not built on strictness or systems. It is like an endless river in which a child always finds their way home. She does not always say she loves them, but the child knows it without words. It is from such a woman that a person who knows how to believe in goodness is formed, because she herself lives by this principle, like breathing, effortlessly, naturally, every day. For her, the world is not a place of struggle, but a space where those who are weaker must be protected. That is why her intuition is like a radar that picks up the slightest fluctuations in a child's soul. Pisces feel a child's pain even before the child realizes it themselves. She knows how to gently redirect, comfort, and inspire without resorting to moralizing. Her gaze replaces a whole lecture. Her embrace restores meaning to the child. Even if life forces her to be strong, there is always room inside her for quiet warmth that warms even years later. Pisces is a mother who will never betray. Even if the world turns away, she will remain, even if in the shadows. There is no ostentatious strictness in her home, but there is a deep emotional connection. She does not restrict, but creates an atmosphere in which the child learns to distinguish between good and evil not through punishment, but through her example. From early childhood, she teaches empathy without uttering the word compassion. She simply lives in such a way that the child copies it as naturally as breathing. She is capable of giving up her own comfort for the sake of family peace. Her weakness is excessive self-sacrifice, but that is what makes her special. Pisces know how to be a mother who will listen and accept even what others would condemn. In adolescence, her child may seek rebellion, but it is to her that they return when they need to understand what true love is. She does not break their character, she allows their personality to grow, framing it with attention, like the sea frames an island. A Pisces woman often appears soft, but her heart is made of steel. When someone hurts her child, she can become a predator, capable of destroying any boundaries in order to protect them. But she does this quietly, without fuss or revenge, only to protect the one she loves. She does not demand gratitude. It is enough for her to see that her child is happy. As they grow older, the children of such mothers understand that their strength lies not in her advice, but in her example. Her home is a place that smells of comfort, where love lives even in the smallest details. She decorates the space not for beauty, but to make her child feel calm. She knows how to create silence in which you can hear your own heart. Pisces do not divide their love between their children, they stretch it out to infinity. In difficult moments, their children remember not words, but the feeling of warmth nearby. And it is this feeling that makes them people who know how to truly love. In the life of a Pisces woman, there are no clear boundaries between mother and friend. She combines both images effortlessly. Her child grows up understanding that there is a person nearby who can be trusted with everything, even the most intimate secrets. She does not judge, compare, or impose other people's standards. She simply walks alongside her child for as long as necessary, and when the time comes, she lets go without asking for anything in return. There is a special magic in her motherhood. She does not create heroes, she creates people who know how to feel. And that is her greatest strength. The second sign is Taurus. Taurus is a mother who keeps everything in her home not with words, but with reliability, like a strong foundation. Her love is not a flash of emotion, but a steady flame that burns for years without fading. She doesn't make empty promises, she takes action. Taurus builds a world where the child feels calm because there is a person nearby who will never let him down. There is no fuss in her embrace, only the confidence that everything will be as it should be. She is not one to COO or build illusions, but next to her, the child feels protected, as if there is a wall behind them that they can lean on. From the first days of motherhood, she turns the chaos of worries into orderly harmony. She has everything thought out, from the schedule to the smallest details. Taurus does not tire of being a mother, she turns it into a way of life. Her home is a place that smells of bread, cleanliness, and stability. She doesn't need loud words because everything speaks for her. A hot dinner, folded laundry, noticing her child's tiredness in time. And even if the world is falling apart, Taurus holds it on her shoulders, as if she were the earth itself. Her maternal strength lies in her consistency. If she says, "I'm here," she will be there, no matter what. A Taurus child grows up understanding that love is not a promise, but an action. She teaches by example, not by lecturing. If a child falls, she picks them up without reproach, but makes it clear that mistakes are part of the journey. Her strictness comes not from fear, but from care. She does not allow herself to be weak because she knows that a mother's stability is an anchor for a child. Inside Taurus lives an incredible power of patience. She can withstand screaming, tantrums, and teenage rebellion, not because she is indifferent, but because she knows that love does not require panic. She knows how to wait until the child realizes it themselves, and then she will simply hug them as if nothing had happened. Taurus never imposes emotions, but makes you feel that family is a refuge. There is no drama in her motherhood, but there is truth. She teaches her child responsibility without depriving him of freedom. Her children know from childhood the value of things, people, and time. Taurus shows that love is not gifts, but actions. She provides a foundation on which a whole life is then built. That is why the children of such women rarely lose their way. They have her inner rhythm built into them, calm, steady, confident. Taurus does not seek praise, but she is one of those mothers whom children thank years later, when they have grown up. Only then do they realize that her silent strength was worth more than any words. She did not demand, she did not accuse, but she was always there, even when the world seemed alien. Taurus knows how to be an anchor when everything around is unstable. In difficult times, it is this kind of mother who becomes a symbol of reliability. She may be silent, but her gaze says it all. Hang in there, I'm here. Her child may leave, start a new life, but will always know that where their mother is, home still stands. Taurus creates not just comfort, but a system of coordinates where kindness and care are natural, not imposed values. Her motherhood does not blind with emotions, it shapes character. She raises people who are capable of loving calmly, working patiently, and keeping their word. Taurus does not make heroes out of children, but makes them a support for others. Her love is like the earth, invisible, but everything rests on it. And perhaps that is why she is one of the best mothers, because she does not strive to be perfect, but simply lives for those she loves. The third sign is Aries. Aries is a mother who has movement, fire, and strength in her blood and knows no fatigue. She doesn't just raise a child, she awakens the energy of life in them. It's impossible to be passive around her. because her presence is like a charge that pushes you forward. Aries is not one to ponder for long. She acts, protects, and inspires. Her motherhood is constant motion, where love is expressed in actions, in fighting for everyone under her wing. She does not wait for help because she knows that if not her, then who? Her child feels from childhood that there is strength nearby. Aries is a mother who will get up at night, do the impossible, and not complain. Her motto is simple: everything will work out. She believes in her child even when he gives up. She does not let him give up, not because she demands it, but because she knows the value of perseverance. She has a natural courage, and she shares it without even realizing it. Children of such mothers grow up confident because from childhood they see before them an example of a person who is not afraid to lead the way. Aries does not know how to be cold. Her love burns brightly, and she defends it just as fiercely. If someone hurts her child, the world will learn what maternal rage is. But behind this flame is pure devotion. She will not allow anyone to humiliate her child or tolerate injustice. Sometimes her strength seems excessive, but it is precisely because of this strength that her child feels safe. Her "no" sounds firm but fair. She does not build walls, she builds character. With all her energy, Aries knows how to love until her last breath. She does not hide her emotions, and her child grows up seeing a real, living woman, not an idealized image. She laughs loudly, gets angry sincerely, and forgives quickly. Her home is a place where life is bustling, where every morning begins with new ideas. She is not afraid of change and teaches her child to see difficulties as challenges, not threats. Aries is a mother who demands, but also gives more than anyone else. She invests her energy not in control, but in development. Her child always feels that his success is her joy. She is proud not with words, but with a look that says it all. She raises people who do not give in to fear because they have known since childhood that there was a woman nearby for whom the impossible was just a word. Her way of loving is sometimes rough, but there is no falsehood in it. She can be harsh, but she is not indifferent. The pulse of life can be felt in every movement of an Aries. She does not know how to hide her feelings, and this makes her motherhood honest. Her child grows up understanding that true love is not only affection, but also strength that pushes forward when you want to give up. She is not one to tolerate injustice. If anyone tries to hurt her family, she will stand up for them. Aries can be quick-tempered, but her anger is always directed at protection, not destruction. She is capable of weathering any storm if her child's happiness is at stake. And even if the whole world turns against her, she will not back down. Over the years, her children come to understand that behind this fire lies pure devotion. Aries teaches not with words, but with actions. Her motherhood is a school of willpower. She shows how to get up after falling, how not to be afraid to move forward, how to believe in yourself even when no one else does. Aries is a mother who turns a child's weakness into strength, doubt into determination, fear into action. She is not perfect, but she is real. And that is what makes her one of the best mothers, those who create personalities capable of changing lives. The fourth sign is Libra. At first glance, it seems that a Libra mother is gentle, calm, and delicate. But if you look a little deeper, you will see a person with an inner core of steel. She knows how to maintain balance even when others lose their footing. When a child makes a mistake, Libras don't yell or accuse, they sit down next to them and start talking calmly and honestly. This woman has a unique gift for explaining complex things in simple words, turning even failure into a lesson that will stay with the child for life. Libra is a mother who teaches her children to see both sides of the world. She shows that you can't always be right or wrong, and that it's important to understand other people's motives. That's why kids of these women often grow up with a deep sense of fairness and kindness. They don't need to prove they're right, they know how to negotiate and find compromises, which isn't a weakness but a strength that she taught them. The Libra home is always filled with cleanliness, harmony, and beauty. She does not strive for ostentatious luxury, but knows how to create comfort even from simple things. Everything is in its place, from cups to children's drawings on the refrigerator. This is not pedantry, but a special aesthetic of life. She believes that when there is order around, there is peace in the child's heart. When a child is in pain, a Libra mother will not dramatize. She will first take her child's hand, look into her eyes, and only then say, "I am here." There is no pathos in these words, but they contain her entire essence. She cannot be indifferent. If necessary, she will give up her last bit of peace so that her child does not feel fear. And even if there is noise and chaos around, a Libra mother will remain that point of balance that a child can always rely on. Her upbringing is not a strict system of rules. It is attention to detail. She notices the slightest change in mood, knows when to be silent and when to hug. It is this ability to understand without words that makes her one of the best mothers. She does not demand gratitude, does not impose guilt, but her presence shapes the child's character, adds inner dignity, calmness, and confidence. A Libra mom knows how to live with her heart. She is not one to quarrel, but if she needs to protect her loved ones, her words become a weapon. She does not raise her voice, but every sentence she utters carries weight. She does not create drama, but it is by her side that a child learns the most important thing, how to remain a good person in a world that is often unfair. And when this child grows up, they carry within them the harmony that their mother gave them, like an unbreakable law of love, order, and wisdom. The fifth sign is Cancer. A Cancer mother is a woman who knows what true childhood smells like. Her warmth is not ostentatious, it is deep, almost physical. She creates a home where even the air seems soft, and every detail has a story. Cancer doesn't just raise children, she envelops them. Her love has no expiration date. Even when the child grows up, they still feel that invisible connection that holds them like breath. Cancer does not sleep until she is sure that her child is well. She senses, even without words, when something is wrong. She can cook her child's favorite dish simply because she senses sadness in the air. Her intuition in motherhood is almost supernatural. And if the child has problems, Cancer mom does not look for someone to blame. She stands by and takes the pain upon herself. Her home is a place you always want to return to, not because it's perfect, but because it's sincere. It smells of pies, peace, and love. Cancer creates an atmosphere of security where you can be yourself, without pretending or hiding your emotions. And that's why her children grow up strong. Because true strength comes not from severity, but from the feeling that you are loved unconditionally. A Cancer mom will never say, "I told you so." She believes that everyone must walk their own path. But when that path leads into darkness, she is the one who lights a small light to help find the way out. Her support is unobtrusive, but always there. And even when the child does not notice it, her warmth does not disappear, it simply turns into quiet observation from afar. In business and parenting, Cancer acts with her heart, not her logic. Her methods are often incomprehensible to others, but they work. She does not seek to control, she protects. And when life brings storms, it is this kind of mother who becomes a quiet shore to which one can always return. A Cancer child always remembers this home, what it looked like, how her voice sounded, how her kitchen smelled. Because all this is not just memories, it is a part of character that remains inside forever. And when that child grows up, she unconsciously repeats her intonations, her care, her ability to love without limits. A Cancer mom is not about words, but about actions. She will never demand gratitude, because the main thing for her is to see that her child is happy. There is no calculation in her care, only a natural desire to make life softer. And it is thanks to this that Cancer is among those who are called the best mothers, those whose warmth remains in the heart forever.